Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon. Happy Twin Flame Friday. So today I wanted to bring you guys the Twin Flame reading for the month of June. I know it's 5 days late, but hey, better late than never. So it's a really long and deep reading, which is why I wanted to make it a monthly rather than just a weekly energy check-in. So I do tend to channel for those that are in some sort of a separation or challenge. So at the end of the day, please take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. I'm using a bunch of different decks here today, including my own. I'm using all 12. They will be available for purchase on my website. But if you're international, please email me and I'll send you a special link. So when it comes to listing all the decks that I'm using here today, you guys might not see all of the decks that I've used as far as my own posted. So I'm just going to put them under one link, because YouTube only allows you to put so many words in the description box. So I want to make sure everybody's decks gets in there today. So today's Orgonite we are going to be using from my friend Michelle from Wing & Bell. This is the Mystic Moon Twin Flame Pyramid. So it comes in a few different sizes. So be sure to check out this as well as her other creations if you guys are interested. So there's a lot of different things going on right now. We have some things in retrograde. We also have some eclipses coming up. So we're also going to tap into this energy and how that might be affecting our connection or our journey at this present time. So let's just get into it, you guys. Let's see what's going on. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up this reading with what Spirit wants to bring to our attention at this time. I'm going to be using 3 newer decks for me. They're from a creator. Her name is Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. We're going to be using her Flaming Roses Tarot, as well as this Sacred Elements of the Soul Oracle and the Sacred Ancient Wisdom Oracle. They're glossy, so you guys might see a little bit of a reflection there. But let's get into it. So let's take a look and see what Spirit wants us to know at this present time, what we need to understand or what needs to be brought to our attention. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a couple of cards and we're just going to kind of clarify with the others and see what's going on here. Okay. What do we need to bring our attention to? We have ebb and flow, recurrent patterns. So that's the thing about the twin flame journey, you guys, is it's constantly, it comes in, it goes out. I feel like maybe I just need to talk about my own personal experience for a moment. Not all the time am I just in the best place when it comes to the twin flame journey. I'm human like everybody else. Sometimes it's hormonally related. And when we go through hormones, especially as females, it makes it very difficult, especially if you've, are maybe getting somewhat depressed, or maybe some of us have been depressed because we've been in the house for too long just because of the quarantine and everything like that. So there's all kinds of things that are going on with us that will affect our moods, which will then, of course, in turn affect how we're feeling or how we're processing our emotions. So I feel like that's coming up for a reason. I feel like I'm sharing that because maybe some other people are going through that as well. And this, of course, could be about a lot of the planetary things that are happening at this time as too. I don't know why I keep wanting to say the word as well. So let's go ahead and clarify this. Ebb and flow, recurrent patterns. It's kind of like anything that is continuously reoccurring. It keeps coming up. It's because you've got to finally purge whatever this is. It's like something that happens over and over again, and you're just like, I don't understand. Why do I keep getting to the same place? Why do I keep getting to the same place all the time? It is because you still have not cleared this energy. You still have not changed the behavior. Something needs to shift. Something needs to be, purged. We have Eye of Horus, protection and good health. And I like this because Spirit is telling us here, it's for your own protection. It's to help you to keep an eye on your health. What is going to be the best thing for you at this present time? And that's what I'm getting here. I'm getting that Spirit always knows best. Sometimes we feel certain things and we're absolutely certain that that's just going to be the best thing for us. And sometimes that's just our ego talking, you guys. Sometimes we want to hold on to things, perhaps, or behaviors, or just certain things because that's what feels safe or that's what we know. And it is time to let some kind of old energy go. So let's go ahead and get some tarot. Yep, we got the wheel. Look at that, you guys. It's time. It's time. It's karma. It's the end of a karmic cycle. It's time to move that wheel once again, to move forward, leave something in the past that's no longer serving you. I just am getting here that it is a behavior. It is maybe even a way of thinking or belief that's just not helping you. It's not adding anything to you. So it is about transforming energy. That's what I'm getting here for this opening message. So that is pretty cool, you guys. I really like that. It's a very powerful message, actually. This is also, karma is really ebb and flow. It means that there is certain laws of karma and things, there's a time for everything. And so if you guys are feeling like certain things have not happened the way that you see fit, this, I feel, is Spirit's way of saying, we've got an eye on the situation. We're always protecting everyone involved. Okay? And maybe people are just not in the best health right now to be able to actually see it. So this is about tapping into your higher self and your inner knowingness that Spirit has your back, the universe has your back, and everything is actually happening exactly the way that it's supposed to. So it's about having more faith in that belief system. That's what I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what is the energies on the bottom of the deck, because I just feel like we need to do that. So let's start with this one. Yeah, wait, hold on. This one, sorry. I wanted to start. Okay, we have the energy of soulmates, lovers, union. So Spirit may want to tell us something in regards to this specific connection that we feel. What's the bottom of this one? We have structure. Okay, so if it feels to me with the structure card that something is still being built, okay, for a stronger foundation later. Set goals and plans for a strong foundation. So something is still being structured right now within this connection, you guys. It just is. So that's probably why it's kind of like maybe putting away the need to wait around and do nothing else except for to focus on this connection, if that's where some of you guys are at. It might be that a certain cycle needs to be closed in this connection. Maybe you and your person have been going back and forth for quite some time, and that energy needs to shift and change. So let's go ahead and see the bottom of this one here. Oh, okay. We've got this Seven of Swords, dishonesty, and sabotage. So it could be here, you guys, that this Seven of Swords behavior could have created a disaster in the connection. Somebody's dishonest ways or somebody's need to sabotage what was being built is perhaps keeping you and your twin flame from this union at this present time. This could be both energies. It doesn't just have to be the masculine's energy. This could be something that the divine feminine has perhaps done. Maybe there's certain behaviors that she is struggling with that, sabotages this connection time and time again. So this is about restructuring yourself and setting new goals and intentions for a stronger foundation for the future. It's beautiful messages here. All right, you guys. So that is the opening message from Spirit. What Spirit wants to bring to our attention. So let's take a look and see, where is the divine masculine at on his journey right now towards ascension? So I'm going to be just grabbing a bunch of different cards around the table, so you guys are going to hear me moving around. We're going to start off with the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle by Aqua Moonlight, and we're going to use my Twin Flame Journey Oracle as well as my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. So let's take a look. Where is this masculine at on his journey towards ascension at this time? Currently, where is this masculine at on his journey towards ascension? Where is he at in his mental space? Okay, well, we do have heart song. So it could be that he is connecting his head to his heart. There's an inner knowing. We also have telepathy and intuition. So he could be picking up on things telepathically from his divine feminine. He could be listening to his intuition and his higher self. He has an inner knowing right now of what his path maybe needs, or is like what it entails. We do have bound. There could be something in the physical world that is keeping him bound, some sort of behavior. Oh, I like that. Universal alignment, star. Well, the divine is always, of course, with all of us at all times. It's just whether or not we are aware of it, whether or not we allow this assistance to direct us. I do feel like this masculine is really being not only assisted from spirit, but he is open to it. He is open to this energy of unshackling himself from that devil's energy, getting out of any kind of mindset that's keeping him stuck, really helping him to listen to the song of his heart and his intuition and his higher self. He's allowing his higher self to take over, is what I'm seeing here, to get him out of any energy that's keeping him stuck or sabotaging him. So he could still be in connections, or he could still be in behaviors that aren't good for him, but he is trying to pull himself out. He at least he at least knows and understands whatever he has in front of him is probably not good for him. So he's trying to pull himself out of that energy and follow his path. I love that. It's so beautiful. So what is going on in the heart? We have apology, return, forgiveness, and gifts. So he may be starting to feel, or he's been feeling this for a while, that he wants to perhaps return to someone that he's done wrong. We haven't really tapped into the energy of the feminine yet. So this could be about her, or this could be about just anybody that he has done wrong in his life. He is trying to forgive himself for the wrongs that he has done. He is trying to perhaps even return to some sort of old energy, revisit it in order to drudge it up and heal it. That's amazing. Yeah, trying to reinvent himself. Look at this, you guys. Really trying to reinvent himself and do something different. That's amazing here. Trying to restructure his heart space is what I'm getting here. It's like he wants to sing a new tune. Yeah, we have trials and tribulations. This is not easy. That is not easy. This is like a wounded warrior. This is somebody who's been through a lot. The next card would be the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is that burdensome energy. It's heavy. So his heart is heavy right now is what I'm getting here. It's getting heavier and heavier, but he is about ready to break some sort of negative cycle and negative pattern here and reinvent himself. And when he discovers who he truly is, and when he discovers this, breaks through in some sort of way to the other side, which is a Doors song, this right here is this is going to give him the opportunity to reinvent himself in whole new ways. I love it. All right, what's going on in the physical world, or the influence of outer influences in his life? Let's take a look. Look at that. See? He's letting go and walking away and moving on from things that are not serving him. Things are not in alignment with his highest good. So he's not really holding on to many things that just aren't serving him. Okay? With pride and ego. But I do get it's hard for him. It is hard for him because his pride and his ego may not want to let go of certain things, but his higher self, remember you guys, is steering the ship. So he's constantly got this, and I'm just using this as an analogy. It's like this devil and this angel on his shoulder. That's basically his higher self knows which direction he needs to go. His higher self knows what he needs to let go, but the pride and ego might be still trying to trap him, is what I'm getting here. We have a Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is somebody who's listening to her intuition. This could also be the masculine that is spending time with the Queen of Cups. Okay? He could be spending time with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups can be, anyone. This, of course, can be a romantic partner. He could be trying to let go of this this partner at this present time as well. Maybe he feels his pride and ego tells him that this Queen of Cups is somebody that, would be a good fit for him. But maybe his higher self is saying there's just something that's off about this person. I don't know, you guys. I'm just getting that with this combination. But I feel like this Queen of Cups is definitely him trusting his intuition and trusting his heart and this is what is maneuvering his path at this present time in the physical world. He's nurturing himself. He's taking care of himself, but he is still kind of battling that pride and ego, still battling to walk away from those things that are holding him bound. So the bound devil's energy and the pride and ego are standing out to me. He is still battling this, but there's a lot of beautiful cards here that tell me that it's like his higher self is winning. I love this. All right, you guys, what is the spiritual energy that he is currently holding? And so this just means, where he's at with his growth, where he's at with his faith and his belief systems at this time on his journey. Okay, so we have one day. It says someday, somewhere, or even another time, he might even be in that energy of another life. Maybe another life. Maybe he'll get it right. Someday, somewhere, there may be this energy or this dream that he has that something is going to happen that he wants. Let's see what this is. Yeah, we have winter. Something is frozen right now. Something is frozen in time. It has not thawed. I just actually was listening to a song this morning, and it's funny because I haven't done my Instagram post yet. And I usually will bring forth a channeled song. And I feel like this is a confirmation that I do need to post it. But it talks about winter. It's like a connection that it's like it's still in winter. It like hasn't been able to move forth from the season of winter, which it doesn't necessarily have to be the actual winter. It just means that something is still cold, something is frozen in time. So that could mean something to some of you guys. It's a song from, and I don't know how to say her name, Fleury, not sure. We have the Page of Wands, excitement and curiosity. I feel that even though something is frozen in time, and even though maybe there's something that the masculine feels he has not acquired just yet on his journey or within himself on his spiritual journey, it's like he is willing to go out in this Page of Wands energy and live his life to basically learn. I see the pages as students, somebody who wants to go off and experience adventures and good times. So I do feel like this masculine is living his life. I do feel like he is trying to be in a more positive just mindset with his journey. And even though he might be battling some things, I feel like he is trying to reinvent himself. I definitely see some very positive things for this masculine. I really like what I'm seeing here. So why don't we take a look at the feminine? So feminine, where are you at this particular time on your journey? Where are you at in your journey towards ascension? Let's take a look. So we're going to use the same decks here. Mentally. Okay, so we have drifting. So right now it could be that you're slowly drifting or you're detaching or you're trying to let go of something, which doesn't have to be a negative at all. This could be a very healthy thing for you. We have healing. See, it's very healing for you. It's not a bad thing. And so I just definitely wanted to say that. It's not a bad thing at all. It's definitely a good thing. Whatever you're trying to disconnect from or just detach from right now, whatever's drifting away, let it, because it's giving you this time and space that you need in order to heal. Yeah, see, look at this, Three of Swords. So any kind of sadness or heartbreak or even third-party situation, if there is some of that in your connection, this is giving you a chance to heal, to recover, because being attached to Three of Swords in that heartache, sad mode, it's very difficult to heal while you're still continuously reopening the wound over and over again. So however you might be doing that, Spirit's asking you to stop and detach from this behavior or this energy, which could be one of the reasons why we got the cards from the very beginning of this reading, which really indicated that Seven of Swords energy. You know, that sabotaging behavior. So in whatever way, feminine, that you might be sabotaging yourself right now, Spirit is asking you to stop, because it's like we choose our thoughts. Our thoughts don't choose us. We choose our thoughts, and we can also choose to detach from certain ways of thinking. We don't have to feel a certain way. We don't have to listen to the mind or the ego that tells us this is what's happening. We can detach from that. As we with these healing practices, we can meditate, we can go within, We can slow down. We can just do our best to detach. So yeah, that's what we're getting here for this feminine right now. Mentally, she needs to detach or disconnect from anything that is causing her that Three of Swords pain. All right, what about her heart space? We have depth, complexity, awareness, and importance. So in her heart, she knows that there's something very important going on. She knows that there's also something very complex. She's maybe perhaps trying to figure something out. Maybe she's confused or puzzled. It's kind of like it's not that easy. It's not that simple. Whenever she thinks about something or feels something, there's some real depth here with whatever this is. It's not just I'm just going to stop feeling this. There's something here, big time. There's something here. Yeah, see, nostalgia. There's a lot of heartfelt energy here. A lot of deep emotions, but I definitely get some things about the past. It's very difficult for her perhaps to let the past go. This, of course, could be about her masculine, even though we have not gotten into that energy yet, but this could definitely be where she's really hanging on very tightly to old energy, and that needs to be let go. Yeah, look at that. I barely even had a chance to flip or shuffle the cards. Bam, divine masculine. It is connected to the divine masculine, you guys. It is. So there's some old energy, some past energy that's very, very difficult for her to let go, but she's got to let this go because it may not be helping her at this point on this journey. It may not be empowering her. It may actually be disempowering her more than anything. So if you feel, divine feminines, that you're slowly losing touch with your connection or your masculine, or you're just kind of like, you wake up and you're like, I don't understand. I just don't really feel connected. I just feel like things are fading. Let it, okay? Let it. What was the very first message? It was ebb and flow. And that is one of the reasons why I felt compelled to share my own story. You're not always going to feel super connected on your journey. You're not always going to wake up every day and feel the same. So there's certain things that are being brought to the divine feminine's attention for a reason, because there's old energy that might still be holding her back from her best self and living her best life on this journey. So instead of hanging on to something complex, be aware that yes, this is important. Yes, this connection, your divine masculine, is an important part of your healing and ascension in this life, but you're important to divine feminine, and you need to maybe perhaps take some time to detach from this masculine so you can go in and do your own healing. That, of course, is connected to him. But yeah, it's about just saving yourself at this point, okay? So what about the outer world, outer circumstances, influences of the environment? We have, oh my gosh, look at this. I just talked about influences. We have dark attachments and third party. I cannot make this up. I mean, there it is. If that's your story, you guys, if that is not your story, this is not Spirit's way of telling you there's third party. So please do not go there. This is only if you already know it, or that maybe you've been sensing it. But there is an attachment perhaps that you have, by these other people in your life. If it is attached to the masculine, this is about breaking away from a cycle that's connected to him, letting him figure things out on his own rather than you inserting yourself in this situation. It's become a dark attachment. Perhaps it is influencing you in a negative way at this point. You need to let go. Yeah, look, see? Deception. So that Seven of Swords came up earlier, remember? That had the word deception on it. So there's something where somebody is perhaps not in they're not operating in integrity right now. They may continue to deceive you. They may continue to hide the truth from you. So this would be another reason why you want to step away from anything that you feel that's off. This may have nothing to do with the masculine, you guys. This could be other people in your life. If you get this sense that maybe something is off in some sort of an area, or you're just kind of like, I just feel like I'm being lied to. This is about detaching yourself from that. This is also about detaching yourself from things that don't make you feel good. So let's just say it's social media. Let's just say it's the news, whatever's going on. If that seems to be affecting you in a negative way, take a break, take a breather from this energy. You don't need it. Yep, it's time to complete the cycle. Let's go ahead and close this old door so that way a new one can emerge. So a cycle wants to end, and that's why we started off the reading in the very beginning from the messages from Spirit, the opening message, which was ebb and flow, and it was getting rid, like moving forward with that Wheel of Fortune's energy. Let's move forward. Let's close an old cycle. Let's move on. Okay? Let's move on. Eye of Horus, remember, let's move on. Trust yourself and move forward. All right. What is the spiritual growth or spiritual energy, higher self energy here for this feminine? Yeah. She knows that if she stays attached to whatever this is, whatever behavior this is within herself, whatever this belief that she is stuck, that she can't move, that she's captive, that she's tied down, this is not going to help her. Okay. So whatever you guys are thinking or whatever feeling has you feeling stuck or tied down and trapped, this needs to be cycled through because it's not helping you at this point. Something is not like proactive. Yeah, it's just bringing a lot of regret and sadness and pain. It might just be that you just keep kicking yourself over and over again, that you keep doing the same thing over and over again and you're not getting any new results. Well, do something different. And when you do something different, you get a new result. I'm getting that. Do something different to get a new result. Yeah, go back to the plans. Plan and make different decisions. It's never too late, you guys. It's never too late on your journey to do things differently. You don't have to stay stuck in a cycle that you don't want to be stuck in anymore. You can pull yourself out. You can heal this energy today. You can choose right now moving forward that you will do things differently. I love it. So we don't have to be in that Saturn energy anymore. We don't have to be. I don't know why I wanted to say sad, but then I said Saturn. I don't know if you guys just caught that. Could just be some sort of like karmic lesson, some sort of karmic pattern, karmic tie that needs to be broken at this point. And it doesn't make your connection karmic. It just means that there is a karmic energy or lesson that needs to be healed and cleared. That is perhaps attached to other people, just yours, or it could be about your connection as well. So let's now take a look and get the energies here now that we've already gone into where the both of you are at on your journey. Let's see what is going on in the journey. So I'm going to go ahead and go around my table because I got 4 decks over here. Hold on just a sec. Okay. So the decks I'm going to use here today, 2 of them are from Colette Baron Reed. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle, and we're going to use her tarot deck, which is called the Good Tarot. I'm also going to be using the Quantum Oracle, which is a new oracle for me. It was gifted to me by a fan. If you're watching this video, thank you so much. This is a really amazing deck. I haven't actually used it on camera, I don't think yet. So this will be one of my first times, but I have used it personally and it's really unique. And then we're going to be using the Energy Oracle cards. So what's going on our journey? I just felt like these 4 decks would complement well. So I think we're going to grab, let's just say 2 cards per oracle. What is going on this twin flame journey with the masculine and the feminine? What is the connective energies for their journey? We have unfinished symphony. So there's something that is unfinished between the feminine and the masculine. We have poised. The poised card to me is about holding yourself in integrity. It's about remaining poised on your path, okay? It's very difficult sometimes to do that, especially when you're feeling pain, especially when you feel like something hasn't been finished yet. Sometimes we jump the gun. Sometimes we want activity, so we do certain things. So that's something that Spirit wants to bring forth. What else? And then we're going to clarify everything with tarot, you guys, okay? We have strategy. Well, yes, of course. I mean, this is about going back to the drawing board, figuring out what we're going to do. It is going to require some strategy and planning and action to get things moving. And we have all tied up. See, look at this. That's interesting that we just got this card for the feminine. She feels very, what? Stuck and tied down. Look at that, tied down. So all tied up. Somebody feels tied up, like their hands are tied. I've done all I can do. There's no more strategies left. What else do you want from me? That's literally what I'm hearing. I'm hearing some frustration here. This, of course, could be from the masculine as well. But somebody feels like they're all tied up, like they don't really know what they can do. They just don't know what they can do. People may have tried to do things and it just has not brought forth any kind of success. We have family, okay? So people, there could be other people involved. People could have families perhaps, or family could be very important at this particular time. People are spending time with their loved ones. So I feel like other people may be influencing the journey, and we have spirit, healing, light. So there's still some healing that needs to be done is what I'm getting here. Healing may take place with soul family. I'm seeing that as well. So I don't see a divine feminine and masculine that are actually together right now on their journey. They may be on separate journeys, but something is still unfinished between them. It always will feel unfinished until we finish it. So let's go ahead and clarify this energy and just see what's going on. Let's clarify unfinished symphony. What does Spirit want us to know about this unfinished cycle or symphony with this connection? I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put everything in order. We're just going to take it one at a time. There we go. Unfinished symphony. What does Spirit want us to know about unfinished symphony? We have messenger of fire, okay? So the messenger of fire is the Knight of Wands. So this to me is about fast movement, but it's also about non-committal energy. Somebody that's just kind of in and out. They're too fiery. I did see this energy in the masculine, the Page of Wands. So now we have the Knight of Wands. Somebody might be too busy off in the world doing other things. So it does leave this cycle between the feminine and the masculine of unfinished business. It leaves something unfinished between the two of them because somebody's energy is too fiery right now. They're too passionate. They're too curious. They're too busy living and maybe even learning to stop to finish the symphony. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, so somebody's energy is just it's just unpredictable at this point. So now we have poised. And so this could, of course, bring forth frustration with this feminine. It causes her perhaps to lose her cool. It causes her to just basically say, well, what the hell then? She could do something. She could try to push for some change here or even a reaction. Yeah, in order to get some sort of a new start. It could, I am picking this up. This feminine could feel foolish. She could feel foolish that maybe she did something. She took a risk. She took a chance. She's pissed off at herself because she maybe reached out. She did something. She's not happy about the outcome because this masculine still seems to be in the energy of the Knight of Wands. Still not wanting to commit. Still not wanting to be a permanent part of her life. So that's for some of you out there. But for the journey alone, I am just getting here that this is about really just having that free will energy. The Fool is very unconventional, doesn't want to be tied down. Same thing with the Knight of Wands, doesn't want to be tied down. So there's a lot of free flowing energy here on this connection and in this journey right now with these two. And people are trying to remain poised. People are trying, it might also be that people are very concerned with how they look to the other person. So they might be going out of their way to show the other person a certain side of themselves. I'm getting that too. This could be a strategy. This could be somebody is perhaps showing someone else, maybe even on social media, that, and I'm only using that for an example because if you're not speaking or seeing each other, social media sometimes is a way for people to communicate without really communicating. So that could be the new strategy. I'm going to show somebody that I'm doing well. I'm going to show somebody that I'm free. I'm going to show somebody that I'm living my best life. Sometimes that can be something that people do. So let's go ahead and get a clarifier. Yeah, we have the Two of Cups. I feel that the strategy at the end of the day is for this connection. At the end of the day, the strategy is how do these two people come back together? But I am getting that there's some wasted energy. People are tied up with something. They might be, like I said, tied up with family or tied up with healing that still needs to take place. So if your connection is not happening right now, this Two of Cups is not coming together right now, I feel like what's tying it up is other things. Other things are tying it up. So the timing is an issue here. Yep, Ten of Fire. Somebody has to basically let things go. They have to let something go first. There's some sort of an ending of a chapter or a cycle for someone, and they're still tied up in it, so they haven't let it go yet. So if you try to connect with each other at this point, I feel like it would just become a burden on your connection. So why not just let it go in the meantime? Let something cycle out. Let people take care of business and then come together when the timing is more favorable, okay? So we have other people, family, that could be influencing things. We have the Three of Water. Yeah, the Three of Water is the Three of Cups, and that's definitely community. I did get soul family with this one. I'm not necessarily getting, unless, okay, for some reason, Tinks is trying to mess with the Alexa, so give me a second. I'm sorry if this is annoying to some of you. Get down. Sorry about that. I feel like, I don't feel like this, perhaps for most of you, is that the masculine or the feminine has a family, as in they're in another relationship. I do get that for some, not most of you. I feel like most of you, this is soul family. These are your friends. These are people that you are spending time with on your journey. And this is where a lot of joy perhaps could be experienced. This is where a lot of abundance could be experienced at this time. There just could be something like that going on here. Okay, people are just really spending some good times with their family and friends. And for a lot of us in the world, these quarantines are starting to lift. And so people are starting to spend time together. So that could, that could very well mean something too. And then for the healing light, there's still healing that is being done. We did see this for the feminine. She still needs to heal that Three of Swords energy. So that's still taking place. Yeah, we have the Page of Earth really working on this. I like pages because pages are not only, we're bringing forth perhaps maybe wanting some sort of communication, but before that takes place, before an offer can be made, we need to heal it first. So there's no point in actually moving forth with an offer until we are feeling better. So it's about kind of hanging back on this journey. And a lot of you might be tired of that energy. Not a problem. Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do. But this is about just kind of taking some time to see that maybe right now the timing just isn't the best. And the longer or the harder that we try to push for something that just isn't ready, it will continuously fail. So why not hold off for a better result later on? That's what I'm getting here for this journey right now for you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward into the next portion, which is what is blocking the both of you, okay? What is blocking this energy here? What is the holdup? What is the fear? So we're going to go into a couple of my darker decks. If you guys don't like the darker decks, no worries. You can just skip right over. Okay, so we have the Dark Night of the Soul Tarot. These are the decks I've created. My new Mystics, Midnight Oracle, and the Twin Flame Journey Shadows. So let's see what is blocking or holding up the masculine right now on his journey. This could be his biggest fear. This is his biggest fear at this time when it comes to just his life. Biggest fear from the masculine at this time. We have soaked in blood, evidence, crime, prosecution. So it's funny because the last couple of times I've done readings with this deck, this card does keep coming out. I do feel like perhaps, and this is not to put the blame on the masculine, but if he has done something, if he has deceived the feminine, if there has been some sort of energy here, the crime has already been done. Okay? There's evidence. There's no really getting out of it. It's like you've been caught, you've been had. He may have ghosted this feminine because he doesn't know how to deal with it. He does not know how to deal. And we did get the apology card coming from him. So this could really be some unfinished business to where he feels that he needs to perhaps bring forth this apology to the feminine. That could be with his energy. We did just see it. But yeah, there's nothing else to do except for to apologize at this point. So this is still haunting the masculine. He's still haunted by this crime. Yep, he's too cowardly at this time to come forth and make these wrongs right. But I do see feminines. The good news is that it looks like it's in the works. That's amazing. It looks like it's in the works. Yep, look at that caged beast. He's holding himself back. He's holding himself back by fear. Okay. Now, remember, he did get that bound card early on. He had a lot of very positive energies, but he got the bound card. He may be bound still by his guilt. He may be bound by this crime. He may feel cowardly. He may feel afraid of the prosecution coming from the feminine. So he could really hold himself back. That's why there's this unfinished symphony between the two of them. I feel like an apology does need to be given. And I feel like he is examining his life as a whole, and he is looking at all the wrongs that he has done, not only to the feminine, but to other people as well. And he might be making amends. He literally may be on a journey right now making amends with others, and at some point it is going to lead to the amends that he needs to make with the feminine. That's what I'm seeing here. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what is the energies that are blocking the feminine. We have potions and tonics. Look, healing, soothing, and therapeutic. The energy of healing keeps coming up for the feminine, okay? Potions and tonics. Well, a potion, like a love potion. This could be some kind of a feeling of being intoxicated or poisoned. She needs to be healed. So right now, what is blocking her is that she needs to heal herself. She needs to be in a more soothing and therapeutic state with herself. She needs to place attention on healing herself rather than continuously drinking poison. That's what I'm seeing here. So we have envy. There could be something that's in the feminine right now where she's perhaps maybe looking at the masculine. She doesn't like the fact that the masculine either doesn't seem to be suffering, or that maybe he's moved on with this life, or that he just seems to be careless as a Knight of Wands, Page of Wands energy, just living his best life without her. This might really, really be bothering her. And this right here is just, again, that drinking poison, hoping the other person's going to die. Not literally, but that's the, the saying. That's all it's going to do for you, Divine Feminine. It's just going to make you feel worse. So you've got to pull yourself out of that energy if you are suffering in that energy. That may not be your story. Yeah. Temperance. At this point, you might even just feel like a fallen angel, cursed. Because temperance is a beautiful card of healing. Temperance is also a card of being patient and realizing that everything has its divine timing. But you might feel like you've fallen from grace. You might feel like you have fallen off of this healing journey. You may have just been on a healing journey for quite some time with your masculine, just feeling like you were in a really good place, and then bam, something happened, and you're just somehow out of sorts now on your journey. You just feel like, what the hell happened? I was in such a good place, and now I just feel so terrible. You might feel like a lot of these old feelings are starting to be drudged up for you. It's happening for a reason, feminine, because you may have suppressed it. You may have suppressed certain energies. So it could be that these retrogrades, as well as these eclipses, that are present, are bringing some of this stuff up for you to heal. Okay. So pay attention to what comes up. It's coming up for a reason. It's giving you some time to heal at this time, instead of maybe pretend it's not there, or to say it's okay, love and light. Sometimes, and I say that, and I don't say that to make fun of that phrase, but sometimes there is a lot of judgment against people that are feeling negative. Any time that I've ever taken to, which I don't really do it very much anymore. I used to get very triggered, and I used to come on YouTube and, just talk some shit. And then anytime I was going through a hard time, there was a lot of people that would say, tell me, almost like kind of scold me and tell me that I need to not let myself get dragged down, or I need to be above it, and I need to do this and I need to do that, and I need to be in the light. And it's like, It's easy to say that, but just because that's what you know is best for you doesn't make it so in that moment. You still have to feel the emotion. You still have to feel the energy. You still have to recognize, why is this crappy feeling with me? To just basically say I'm above it, or love and light, or I'm not a good person if I feel this energy. All you're doing is you're suppressing it at that point. You're not honoring that you have dark for a reason. So I feel perhaps that maybe this feminine, if this resonates for some of you, you may have been trying so hard to be in the light to your own detriment, that you have failed to do your shadow work, that you have failed to basically honor that you have a shadow side for a reason, that you need to dive into those shadows in order to heal them. You have to face your fears and face your shadows and recognize that they are a part of you too, just like the light, in order to make peace with them. You're not going to get rid of these energies. You're always going to be who you are, but you're going to learn how to balance these energies within yourself. It's not about getting rid of anything, you guys. It's not about, casting out people or casting out energy. All we can do is heal and transmute. We're attached to things for a reason. We're meant to heal ourselves, though, through these attachments to where they don't affect us so negatively. So I don't know why, you guys, but that wants to come through. So that is the message. So those are the things that may be blocking this feminine at this present time. So now let's take things and move into another direction. And we're going to go into the energy that what we're going to do is we're going to see the different chakras that might be affected. So they're at the other end of the table. Give me a sec. These decks right here, this is the chakra mindset, I believe. Chakra mindset balance cards. No, chakra wisdom, oracle cards. And this is the chakra wisdom tarot. So these are actually created by the same person, but one's a tarot, one's an oracle. Let's see what energies let's see what chakras are being affected right now when it comes to these blockages, okay? What's being affected right now? Okay, see, the biggest thing that is being affected right now is the root chakra. Because the thing is, when we don't deal with the root of a problem, it continuously comes up over and over and over again until you clear it. This message came up in the beginning of the reading. It's coming up for a reason, feminine. And this, of course, is about the masculine too. Anything that the masculine has been suppressing. There is a devil here. We did see he is bound and tied. His pride and ego perhaps are getting in the way. It might be difficult for him to let things go that no longer serve him, but he knows, his higher self knows what's best for him. But that doesn't mean just because he knows what's best for him that he is doing it. Just like you, Divine Feminine. There could be certain things that you know are pitfalls, but yet you continuously involve yourself in these pitfalls. Just because we know doesn't mean we're going to do it. So there is something that we need to face from the root of the issue. The root could be that our insecurities, that our issues, and this is not to blame, but it is to recognize that most of our issues in life come from the beginning of life, how we were raised, the relationships that we were exposed to growing up, the relationship that we have with our parents or had with our parents, the experiences that we had as, just youth all the way up to adulthood. So we're carrying around certain belief systems and certain insecurities that are still affecting us today. I know I am. There are certain things when I go into dark times, I don't give a shit how much healing I've done. It still rears its ugly head. And I'm just like, ew, why am I going down this path? I know that this isn't true, but my ego is telling me all of these terrible things that I know aren't true. I've already gone through this before. Why am I sabotaging myself again? So again, it is about trying to make peace with why you feel this way. Have you worked on it? Have you done all that you can do to work on these things? So let's go ahead and go into the tarot with this. So it's affecting us at the core. Our fears come from the core. The core of who we are is affecting us on a daily basis and in this connection. So your masculine and you came together in this life to trigger these insecurities within one another, so that way you guys could work on them and heal them. That's why this connection may feel very difficult and challenging for you. It's supposed to feel that way. Yeah, we have the Magician. This is the sacral chakra. So we go from the root, which is number 1, to 2, sacral chakra, the Magician. How can we pick up these tools now? These tools that we learn on this journey. How are we going to clear these insecurities? How are we going to work on ourselves? How are we going to, do what we came here to do? So the Magician is all about tools. It's also about manifestation. If we're manifesting things out of this state of insecurity, you're going to continue to just see nothing but shit show up in your life. You're going to continue to manifest people that just further confirm these insecurities within you until you fix it. So you might say to yourself, why do I keep attracting the same person over and over again? There's a reason. Ding, ding, ding. There's something there. Okay. It's not a mystery. It's just, it's plain as day, because you still haven't slayed that dragon. That's why. You may have all the tools too. I've had tools for a very long time in certain areas, and I still haven't done a damn thing with those tools. So just because we have the tools doesn't mean we pick them up and use them. It's time to pick these tools up and start doing something with them. Okay? And we have another energy here of root. See? Root and sacral. So this right here, these are the lower chakras. So this is about how we are experiencing intimacy with other people. The sacral is about our relationships with other people. How we'll navigate relationships has a lot to do with who we are as individuals. So the Ace of Coins is about the coin that we share with the world, the seed that we plant from the very beginning. We got to go back and we got to tear up that seed, you guys. We got to uproot that seed. We got to fix it. We got to heal it. We got to change it. And we're the only ones that can do it. I see the Magician as number 1. We have the power. Somebody else isn't going to fix it for you. Your masculine or the feminine is not going to fix it for the masculine, and vice versa. We're not here to do the healing for our twin flame. We're here to do the healing, and we're inspired to do the healing from our twin flame. So this person inspires you, you inspire them to make these necessary changes in this life, to drudge up this seed, this bad seed that has been planted from the very beginning, in order to heal it. So that way you can plant a brand new seed and experience joy and abundance from the seed, instead of more connections or more experiences that are going to continuously drudge up your insecurities. Wow. So, hey, I don't know what more to say about that. That sounds pretty right on there. So that is what is being affected right now for both the masculine and feminine, root and sacral chakra 1 and 2. So now let's go into what is the energy that you guys are holding towards one another. So we're going to go into the romance angels. We're going to take a look at my Arrows of Love Oracle, and we're going to go into the Enchanted Love Tarot. So let's do it. What is the energy that the masculine is holding towards this feminine at this time? So we're going to get the overall energy with this card here. Overall energy that this masculine is holding towards this feminine currently. Okay, we have romantic feelings. So this masculine definitely has some sort of a feeling of love for the feminine. There are romantic feelings he has attached to her. We have proposition. He may want to propose something to her. He may see her as his true love. And we have love and lace, innocence. So innocence is about maybe going back to a more innocent time, maybe wanting to start fresh and like that fool's energy. Okay. So even though right now we do see that this masculine is in Page of Wands and Knight of Wands energy, he may not want to propose anything to her until he is in a authentic state with himself, until his feelings are literally true and worth exploring. I'm getting here that right now he might feel like it's not worth it at this time to come towards you if he has not gotten to a place where he wants to have this connection full time. Sorry to say it, but that's what I'm getting. He may want to just be free for a little bit longer. He may feel like he still needs to explore his options, or he still needs to discover who he is before he comes back. That's what I'm getting. So, but that's a good thing, feminine. You wouldn't want him to come back prematurely if he's not ready. Yep, see, hangman. That's just where it's at. He feels like there's no point in like redrudging this energy up with you until his attitude has changed. He needs to see things from a new perspective, and he's still in the process of that, feminines. But I'm getting here that once he sees things from a new perspective and experiences that death and transformation, he may, become enlightened enough to be able to bring forth that apology. I feel like that proposition is that apology. I really do. I really do. We have the Two of Gems, which is the Two of Pentacles energy. So again, he's still flippity floppity back and forth, undecided if he can make this change right now to be with this feminine. I'm getting here he feels that he cannot at this time. That's what I'm seeing. Yep. Seven of Shells. I just want to keep my options open. And I'm also very confused. This is Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is about, I want to keep my options open. I don't want to commit at this time. But I'm also very confused. I'm not sure what I want. I'm not sure what's fantasy. I'm not sure what's illusion. I don't know what's real. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to discover something feminine. But I am getting here that in the end, this feminine is worth it to this masculine. She is worth the risk. She is worth him exploring these feelings, exploring something new that he's never experienced before. Maybe he has never allowed himself to really be true to anyone. And he may really want this with the feminine, but he feels at this time that he is just not in that state to where he can give that to her. That's what I'm getting. All right, feminine, what is your overall energy towards this masculine? Let's take a look. Your overall energy towards this masculine at this time. Yeah, see, you need to love yourself first. So that's the thing. Feminine, you're all knowing. You already know this. You already know that you really, really need to love yourself first, that you need to work on yourself first. So you know that the timing isn't right. So I feel for some of you are okay with this, and others of you are struggling. So we have realization. Yeah, this is about an epiphany. A light bulb goes off. Again, we can change our thoughts at any time. We're realizing new things about ourselves. We're seeing things differently. We also have perfect match, It's kind of like the perfect time. You guys will come together. If you guys are meant, you guys will come together at the right time. And we have secret admirer. So it could be that maybe that right now it's like you kind of are remaining in the shadows. It might be you're not making your intentions known to your masculine. You secretly admire him from afar. This could be that maybe you feel he's doing the same. Yeah, see, we have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is a card of we're holding on to something and we don't want to let go, of being possessive. You realize that energy needs to you need to get rid of that energy. I'm seeing that. You may not want to let your masculine go, but you realize that you have to. You realize that you must love yourself first. And you also realize, too, that your masculine needs to love himself first before he can truly, truly love you. That's what it is, too. Once this happens, he may see you as his Queen of Pentacles, which is the ultimate divine feminine, the Empress. This is the divine feminine that has it all. He finally sees her as his gem. See? He finally sees her as the gem in his life, that true love, that rose. And we have the Eight of Cups, which is the sacrifice that you need to make, feminine, is to let your masculine go. Let him go. Let him find his own way. He may find his way back to his feminine. He may. But you got to sacrifice. It's almost like you got to sacrifice this connection in order to get the connection perhaps later on. Sorry, I got a little bit of dry throat. Let me take a drink here. But yeah, you know that this masculine needs to love himself first, and so do you. So you're willing to let it go so that can happen. That's what it is. So if that means that your feelings have to remain a secret, or that you could just kind of put them somewhere, keep them deep down inside, but you aren't necessarily bringing this forth to him or maybe even anybody, then that's what you're going to do. That's what I'm seeing. So I don't see it's bad at all. I don't see it's negative at all. I actually see that things are exactly perhaps where they need to be. All right, you guys. So let's now go ahead and get the, let's see here. Let's see what the 3D energy versus 5D energy is, okay? We're going to use these decks here. This is called the Psychic Tarot and Oracle and the Psychic Heart Tarot and Oracle decks by John Holland. Let's see 3D energy versus 5D energy. So 3D energy is going to just be, you know, what's going on from the, you know, the energy of the current time, like not current, I'm sorry. This is more or less the energy of like down to earth energy, practical energy. 5D is going to be more of like that higher self energy. Let's get some cards that represent the 3D energies of this connection right now. 3D energy of this connection right now. Okay, so we do have the Fool's energy, which is a new beginning. Positive movement forward, 8 of Pentacles, people working on themselves. I like that. We also have the 5 of Wands, which we do know that there's obstacles and challenges, and the 4 of Pentacles, which we just got, which is people needing to let go in order for these obstacles and challenges to resolve. So I do see positive movement forward in the physical world. I do see people starting fresh and starting new with new attitudes, but they still have some obstacles and challenges to face. So that sounds to me about what is going on in reality. So let's take a look at the 5D energy. 5D energy of this connection. I love this. See, the 5D energy of this connection is that you guys are actually both giving and receiving each other's energy. You might not see this at all. You might not see this at all in the physical world, but on an energetic level, in the 5D, you guys are giving and receiving to one another. Whatever you're working on, whatever you're healing, you're lending this light to one another. There's a lot of telepathic energy going back and forth as well, I'm getting. Oh, look. This is the 6 of Cups. You guys are definitely just connected by simply your unconditional love towards one another. It's beautiful. So you guys are connected in the heart space, which does affect you in the physical world. I am seeing this. It does affect you in your chakras. It does affect you with your healing. Just by simply loving one another and the memory of one another and tapping into it in a beautiful way, a high vibrational way, really actually helps this the guidance of each other on this journey. Look at that. You guys have a strong bond in the 5D. And it doesn't mean that you don't have a strong bond in the 3D. It just means that you're not really seeing any evidence of that. But it's very, very clear in 5D. You guys have a very strong bond. That's the Ace of Pentacles, you guys. And we just saw that the Ace of Pentacles is where the two of you are energetically connected in your chakras. So what you guys do in the physical world and the steps that you take moving forward on your journey and the healing that you do, it really does affect this connection in the 3D world. It really does. It helps both of you energetically so much. Oh my God. And the Star. You guys are just so cosmically and spiritually connected. The Star to me is very much a very spiritual connection, obviously. But as you heal, you guys break these chains that are binding you. You guys help each other to heal. This is so beautiful. This is about faith. This is about spirit also assisting and helping to lead the way. This is about spiritual guidance. I'm getting this energy here like you guys are just both like almost guardian angels for one another. I know that sounds cheesy, but I am seeing that. So do you see how the energy is a little bit different in the 3 versus the 5? And sometimes the 5 is all we have in connections, and that's okay. But this 5 energy is very, very beautiful and very strong. And the 3 is just a little bit more challenging, but there is positive movement forward in reality, which is fantastic. And it could be because this energy is so strong in 5. So maybe keep your focus there. And it's not about staying in a fantasy. It's not about staying stuck in that 5D energy. It's just about honoring it. Beautiful. Okay. So now let's get some communication, okay? Some communication from each other. Actually, this feminine is watching the video. We're just going to get this from the masculine. These are the masculine's words to the feminine. This is what he wants to communicate to her from his higher self. What does this masculine want to communicate to his feminine from his higher self? These are a combination of my 2 decks, the Twin Flame messages, Twin Flame Journey messages 1 and 2. And I'm going to go ahead and incorporate Queen of Light 1111's Divine Connections Oracle with this one. What does this masculine want to communicate to his feminine from his higher self at this time? We have Archangel Michael, protection. You know, this is beautiful because I did just kind of get that energy here of protecting her like a guardian angel. She's doing it for him. He's doing it for her. So I do see this. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. He wants her to know that whatever direction he went away from this connection, it's not all it was cracked up to be. So even though he might be in that Page of Wands, Knight of Wands energy, just kind of wanting to keep his options open, he's not experiencing anything greater than this connection. So feminines, if you're worried about that, just don't worry about it. I know it's easier said than done, but just try not to worry. We have Soldier, removes obstacles. So this right here is a 3D card. So this just means that right now it's like he's a soldier removing obstacles in his life. So he's wanting her to know that he is working on himself. See, I am trying to take responsibility for my actions right now. Please know this. So he is literally telling her right now that in his physical life, he is trying to get rid of things that no longer serve. He is trying to take responsibility for those that he has hurt, including her. Wow. Last message. We have dream state. You know, there was something that came up about telepathy and dreams earlier, how you guys are connected in that, you know, just like in that dream state, perhaps, by your telepathy, by your energy, 5D energy as well. You guys may be dreaming about one another, okay? This is his masculine's way of saying, I've dreamt about you. He's a better person because of you, divine feminine. And it might be that what he's telling you is that he dreams about you still. He still thinks about you. He still dreams about what it would be like to be with you one day. That did come up for the masculine early on in this reading, if you guys remember. One day, another time, someday. So your connection to him might be in the dream world, the 5D, as in it's not a part of his reality. But because of you, he is becoming a better person. So he does hold this energy towards you that reminds him that he wants to be a better version, and it is connected to you. And that's really what twin flames are. Twin flames are, you know, like that reminder of who you truly are and who you want to be in this life. And so whatever you're experiencing, whatever feelings you're having that are connected to your twin flame, you're constantly in a state of wanting to improve yourself. And this is because of your twin flame. They inspire you to do so. And that's what you do. You inspire. You're very key in your masculine's healing, divine feminine. He's a better person because of you. There's something about you that he wants to improve himself because of you. You are key in his ascension. Yes, you are key in his ascension, divine feminine. He wants you to know this. Beautiful. All right, that's what we're getting. Okay, so now we're going to go into all of the retrograde and eclipse energy, just anything that's happening right now that may be affecting your connection later on. Sorry to keep moving the chair like that. Okay. We're going to go into the Syrian Starseed Tarot as well as the Sacred Geometry Activations cards. So what is being activated with this retrograde and these eclipses in your connection? What is happening? What frequencies perhaps are being activated or shifted? Let's take a look. We have universal love. I feel like what is happening in the universe right now, and if you think about it, the whole virus was universal. Everything that's happening right now with pretty much politics and belief systems and just all the just horrible things that have happened, it's affecting everybody on a universal level. So I do feel like what is happening right now in the universe is definitely affecting people. It's affecting your connection. It's influencing it as well. That one wants to pop up. We have Ace of Flames. So what it's doing is it's igniting some sort of spark in the connection. It's literally creating something here. It's creating something and activating something from all of these universal things that are happening. I'm going to read this card. It says the frequency of universal love activates the connection that we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. So there is definitely some sort of spark that has been ignited because of world events. And it's bringing forth some sort of a realization within the both of you about each other and also about yourselves and maybe how you want to be better people because of certain things that are going on. That's really interesting. What else? We have remembrance. See, there's something about remembering something, tapping back into the past, going back in time, thinking of the past, drudging up the past. We did just get that 6 of Cups for your connection in the 5D. So this does something. 3 of Swords. So we did get the 3 of Swords. It's a pain that's connected to the feminine. What it does. So a lot of these events and a lot of these, the retrogrades as well as these eclipses, it brings forth some old energy of pain. 3 of Swords is heartbreak and sadness, remembering that sadness. But remember, you guys, the only way that we can heal it is to remember it, especially if we have stuffed it down. If this masculine has tried to stuff this pain down or what he has done down, it's now resurfacing so he can deal with it. He might be able to see how he has hurt the feminine through the pain that is happening in the world. Sometimes it takes circumstances outside of ourselves to help us to see how we've impacted other people. Literally. A lot of people are, going back into past actions and behaviors and seeing perhaps how maybe they have added to issues and problems of the world and how they want to correct those behaviors now to try to be better people moving forward. So there's this kind of like taking inventory, a personal inventory of yourselves during this period of time. That's what I'm getting. And we have third eye chakra, which is that inner knowingness, that understanding here, tapping into our higher selves and our intuition and our psychic powers. So we can reflect. This is the Hermit's energy. So we can go deeply within ourselves and reflect on the past, reflect on who we were and who we want to become moving forward. Oh my God. So there's definitely some sort of there's definitely some sort of significance on the past that's being brought up with the retrogrades. That makes a lot of sense to me. And also with world events and the way that it's affecting people. It's really helping them to elevate. It's helping them to elevate their way of thinking. It's helping them to see things from new perspective. It's helping them to change as people for the better. And also taking personal accountability and inventory with how we may have affected other people. So this is all being brought up during this period of time. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff, you guys. So now let's go ahead and go into how is Spirit assisting and guiding the both of you at this time, okay? So I'm going to go over here again. Okay. This right here is for the masculine, and this one is, I think, I don't know what it's called. Hold on. Art Through the Star Stream Oracle. I think it's what it's called. And this one is called Eyes of the Soul Oracle. And this one is a divine love affirmations, self and love relationships. And then we're going to also add in from Angelic Revelation 144. This is the Sacred Healing Journey Oracle. So let's see how Spirit is assisting the masculine right now on his journey. How is Spirit intervening and assisting this masculine on his journey? Hold on, you guys. You hold in your heart a space to be filled. Oh my God, you guys. Wow. Remember earlier on in the reading how this masculine was in his heart space, his heart center. Remember the heart song. So the Spirit is really helping this masculine to see that there is a space in his heart that is ready to be filled. They're helping him to open up his heart chakra, his heart space. And I am definitely getting, and it is for the space of the feminine. Most definitely getting it is for the space of the feminine. Look at this. Because of what's happening in the world, it is affecting this masculine on a heart level. Literally, he is seeing beyond the veil because of what is happening globally. So it's like he's having this softened energy. But again, he wants to go out, he wants to live, he wants to experience all that he can right now in the world. But in this process, he is opening up his heart space and holding this heart space for his feminine. Okay? And it doesn't mean he's, after he goes off and lives his life, he's going to choose her. And so the feminine just needs to kind of wait around for that. No, we all have free will. No one has to wait around for anyone, nor should anyone wait around for anybody to be happy. But there is this feeling that the masculine has that in the end, it's going to be her. That's just what I'm getting. I'm sorry. I hope that resonates. Yep. But again, we have this chakra healing that needs to occur. Balancing chakras with meditations, crystals, healing music, and exercise. Did you guys just see that cat hair? I swear, anytime I see a cat hair that just flies across the screen, you know what it reminds me of? It just reminds me of Spirit. It's like an angel. That's just how I see it. Even though it's cat hair, it just looks very angelic to me. But yeah, chakra healing is definitely occurring. They're helping this masculine with his, what did I just say? Opening up his heart chakra. There it is. And we have telepathy. It keeps coming up. This masculine is getting some sort of a telepathic communication between him and the feminine. He's very open. His third eye is open. We just saw the third eye for the both of you open. His third eye is open. He's seeing beyond the veil. He's connected. And he is going through some sort of healing journey right now. And he's in communication with his higher self and he's listening. He's letting that steer the boat. I keep getting it. So let's get this divine love affirmation here. What is the affirmation from his higher self that Spirit is trying to communicate to him? Helping him to embrace. I honor my eternal spiritual and physical vows with divine partner. Look at that. So this is literally the contract, the twin flame contract between masculine and feminine. I honor my eternal spiritual and physical vows with my divine partner. Look at that. The only way that this masculine can honor these vows that he made before both you and him came here is by going through this awakening that he is experiencing right now. So he can get back to this divine partner, which is you, divine feminine. So you hold in your heart a space to be filled. This masculine has always had room in his heart to love this feminine, but he may just not be ready to open it up completely, but the Spirit is working on it. Oh my gosh. Incredible. All right, so now we're going to go into the feminine's energy. How is Spirit assisting the feminine right now on her path? Magic is alive. Ask your divine child. I love this. This is like inner child, okay? So magic is alive. Magic is all around you. This is also a very magician type of an energy. The power lies within your hands. It's not about controlling another, but you are a divine child of God, divine feminine. This is about you just realizing how magical you truly are. Your thoughts are magic. Your energy is magic. Everything you touch is magic. You are a magical being. You are meant to live a magical life. We have gamble of the heart. Should you go for it? Do you want to create something different? Do you want to continue to gamble? Do you want to hold back? The choice is always ours. We all have free will. So Spirit is asking you, do you want to continue to gamble on something? We have clairvoyance. Okay, so this is when you just got your answer right here. Seeing beyond the physical plane. If you continue to make decisions about your connection that is based on what you're seeing in the physical world, I'm getting here that you're going to continue to screw yourself up every time. Sorry, guys. You're going to continue to, it's like you're going to continue to play head games with yourself. So when you are trying to gamble or make decisions, should you do something, shouldn't you do something, and you're basing it on the physical world, I'm getting here, you're going to continuously screw yourself up. The better thing for you to do is pull back, trust your intuition, and trust your 5D connection with your masculine right now. It may not be meant to be in the physical right now, and that's okay. So continue to tap into that 5D energy. Again, it's not being stuck there, but that's just where the energy right now is very solid in this connection at this particular time. That's what I'm getting. And we have gifts, selecting special gifts to show love. So this is definitely about tapping into your gifts. This is about kind of selecting the gifts that you want to take from this connection by not focusing on the negatives, focusing on the beautiful gifts that has brought your life. This is a choice. It's a conscious choice that we make, that we're going to focus on love rather than the issues and problems. When you do that, the blessings show up. So how else is Spirit assisting this feminine? What affirmations does Spirit want the feminine to tap into? I release my need to always be right. To be in harmony with my divine partner is my ultimate desire. The only way that we can be in harmony with our divine partner is when we take our ego out of the equation. So this feminine may be really struggling with the answers of yes or no. Is this or is it not? Or, I need to have it this way or forget it. I'm getting a very black and white energy here. And that black and white energy is not serving. So we need to release our need to know everything or to have all of the answers just at all when it comes to this twin flame connection. When you release this ego energy and you step into your inner knowingness, that is where you're going to find harmony, divine feminine. That is a beautiful. I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what signs we are receiving from Spirit on our journey at this particular time. We're going to go into my twin flame angel numbers, messages of love by All Things Intuitive, and my signs from Spirit. Love Oracle, and my spirits of darkness and light. We have spirit of the dog. So there could be animals that are showing up on your journey. There could be signs from friends and family. Remember, soul family came through. Just any kind of very enjoyable companions in your life that show up at the right time. This is about honoring everyone on your journey. Try not to stay just focused only on the connection. Realize that there's other things to learn on your journey through other companions. Be of service. So I feel like this came up early on, especially in the masculine's energy field, that he was of service or doing something in the world, or I don't know why I'm getting that. Maybe it wasn't even a card. It was just a feeling that I had. Doing other things, or maybe we're all getting together with family. I think that's what it is. And just being of service to the world. How can we improve things? How can we be better people? This is about companionship and friendship and just joy. So I feel like what the signs that we're getting is that's the energy. How can we be of service? What can we do to make a difference? How can we be a fellow friend to our fellow, neighbor? It's that kind of energy. Sometimes when we are feeling really down, if we choose to step into an energy of how can I serve, that literally transmutes that energy. So that may be Spirit's way of saying it's time to do something like that. Yeah, look at that, you guys. We have 1111. Wow. Awakenings and activations are at hand. Be on the lookout for signs guiding the way. So there are all kinds of signs all around you all the time. But there are some sort of reawakenings and activations that are taking place because of what's happening, I feel, in the world right now. That energy is very significant in this reading. We have denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. Again, you know what? That's what we have to realize. We're denying ourselves from the gifts and from the healing and the beauty of this connection when we step into ego and we expect, and when we need things to be a certain way. How is this connection helping us? How is it empowering us? How is it enlightening us, affecting our lives? I always say this all the time. We can either see it as a blessing or a curse. The choice is ours. So when 1111 shows up, it's telling you are on the right path towards ascension. So keep detaching with love, so that way you can clearly see the truth. Because if you don't, you're denying yourself of the beautiful gifts of this journey and just of your ascension in this life. So amazing. All right, you guys, last message. Upcoming energies, journey of love and divine timing cards are what I want to use from Bridget Rao. So these are possible upcoming energies. I don't think I used all of my cards in this reading, but that's okay. I think the connections for the modern world, I wasn't able to tap into that one. But yeah, let's go ahead and go into some possible upcoming energies for this connection. Journey of Love and Journey of Love 2 by Bridget Rao and the Divine Time Oracle. And I think we'll be at about an hour and a half for this one, which I knew it was going to be a longer reading. What are some upcoming energies on the horizon for this connection? All right, this is what we got. We have the fall equinox, I believe is what that says. Yeah, fall equinox. When darkness is fighting to overcome the light, expect the rebirth of death into life. Fall equinox, you guys. So there could be some sort of a shift and a change that takes place in fall. Now, that's of course going to be different for everyone around the world, different seasons, different parts of the world. But there's some significance around fall equinox, which I believe is in September, I think. Beauty. Everything about you is perfect to me. This is about continuing to be in a high vibrational energy with each other, seeing the beauty within each other, really focusing on that rather than focusing on the negatives. So I feel like there will be a continuance of that beautiful energy. Okay. And that's why we have expect a rebirth. As we continue to hold on to those positive energies, we are guided towards the light, and we can see that beautiful light there. This is also an eclipse. Do you see that? I feel like also too, there's something about the eclipse or the eclipses, if there are, more than one this year, I feel like that also is going to bring forth some sort of a death and rebirth. So you guys could be experiencing some pretty major shifts and some pretty intense energies around that time, but try to remain in that high vibrational energy of just really, really seeing the beauty in your partner and the beauty in this connection. Really focus there for the best possible healing is what I'm saying here. Yeah, so we have doubt. It's also going to bring up some doubts too. I don't know what to do anymore. I feel so confused. I think it's interesting, 20 and 21. Look at that. There could be some specific dates around the 20th and 21st of some month, or maybe around the fall equinox, I don't know, that there is something that really is just creating a lot of shifts in your mood, causing you to feel doubtful. So we have very cloudy energy, and we have very like the sunset, very calm and peaceful energy. I just feel like what Spirit is trying to say is that moving forward, as you continue to experience these shifts in the ebb and flow, remember, of this connection, really try to always go back to the place and space of beauty, rather than staying stuck in that darkness. Yes, the darkness serves because we need to examine why we are feeling certain ways and what we need to heal, but we're not meant to stay there. We're not meant to swim in that energy. We're also not meant to always be in the light either. We're meant to be right in the middle, okay? Right in the middle somewhere is where it's at. That's where the peace is at. And we have natural. Don't change a thing. 37. This is about major acceptance. Complete acceptance of one another. You don't need to change. I don't need to change. Yes, we've changed things on our own. We've changed things because that's what we felt that we needed to do on our own. I didn't change for you, and you didn't change for me. I may have been inspired to change because of you, but I didn't do it for you. I did it for myself. That kind of energy naturally draws to people that are of the same vibration, who are both ready at the same time because they both have done the work and they love themselves enough to show up for another in your natural, authentic state. That is true acceptance. That is when union occurs. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that reading. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.